You know, I think I could be a really menacing gangster. See? I've got it. Gangster Squad. So the plot of Gangster Squad is set in LA during the 1940s and 50s, and it's based around this character called Mickey Cohen, who's a big crime, mafia, gangster, mob man thing, who basically runs this city, and it's up to these group of cops who are going to act outside the law to try and take him down in his empire. Now, as you've probably seen from the trailers and everything, this is quite a stylistic approach to the film. It's quite colourful, quite vibrant, and it's got, you know, some really stylistic directorial choices. But unfortunately, the film feels like it's more style over substance. And that's in no way to say that the movie's bad. I mean, it's perfectly fine, it's functional, but it just feels like it could have been so much more than it actually is. It's a great surface piece, but if you start to peel it away and look into it just above the glossy overcover and the coating, you begin to see where it starts to fall apart a bit. I think one of the main attributes of what doesn't work about this is the writing and the script. It's quite badly written in places. I mean, there's some really cheesy lines, and you know, they say some characters say some ridic things, and I've just said ridic, and I have no idea why. Some of the lines the characters say, it feels like somebody who would think that's a cool thing for a gangster to say, not something that somebody in that period may have said. It's two different things, and they kind of contrast in the film, and they don't really mesh together in a quite, you know, cohesive way. And the characters are kind of one-dimensional and not developed, and that's perfectly fine for what the film's trying to be. But when it starts to try and give the characters a little bit of, you know, emotional backstory and stuff, it doesn't work because the film hasn't earned that with its development. And I mean, it borrows elements from other films as well. I mean, you could pick out this set piece has come from this film, this set piece has come from that film. And I mean, even the set pieces themselves are shot like in a Michael Mann sort of way, like on the digital cameras. And so it doesn't feel like this film has its own identity. It feels like it's borrowing elements from other films. But that being said, the movie is enjoyable, and there are certain set pieces and bits in it that really work and are really high-octane action and work to the film's advantage. There's also some great performances. I mean, Ryan Gosling, again, is on top form. I mean, there's not a film I've seen of him where he always seems like he gives it all he's got. There's Sean Penn as well. Now, it looks like Sean Penn knew what type of film this was going to end up being, so he tried to make the most out of what he could and tried to have a bit of fun with his character. And that was fine, because his character is really engaging to look at and watch him how he acts on the screen with other characters. Then there's Emma Stone, who's hot as some character whose name I forgot, some sexy name like Grace or Tiffany or something, I don't know. But she's hot. And the film does have some really high peaks. I mean, there's a really pivotal scene, which I think Chris Stuckman mentioned in his review, with Ryan Gosling's character, and that is probably the best scene in the film, and I really wish the whole film was at that same level, because that scene was absolutely fantastic, well made, and just well put together and constructed. I mean, the film's constantly engaging, it's just you're never invested at all. It's just kind of you watch it, it's fine, you're having fun, you enjoy it, you don't take anything away from it, and that's fine. But it just feels like the film was trying to be sometimes a little bit more, and I really wish it had reached that level. So overall, I'm going to give Gangster Squad a 3 out of 5. I think it's like I said, it's fine, it's fun, it's enjoyable, but I just wish it had reached that higher level that some scenes that the film did at some points reach. And I really wish it had just been a bit more, you know, accessible and cohesive as a functioning film. But apart from that, it's fine. If you've got nothing better to do this weekend, it's definitely worth checking out. And as usual, if you like this review, you can click subscribe and you can see more.